Hi, everybody. It's me, Kamala, and I'm also uploading one, but just so you guys can have it live as well. I'm just trying to do as much material as I possibly can since I'm new to you guys. I am such a stickler on being private. But it's so heavy on my heart, and I think my practice, my 8-year practice, it's ready for you guys to learn about what's up in the world. So my whole point is I would love to be a part of the process of awakening, us solar people up. I use solar people and solar beings so that you guys can understand that I am not the person who sees outside color. I'm a person who sees truth. And so you can understand a little bit about my thought and how I think. I see us as this crystallized light because, again, we are the solar system, solar people from the solar systems. And we also are light. This is light within every single one of us. And this is what is oneness. So this is me helping you understand a little bit more about oneness, understanding how a little bit more about me, your friend, and me, your friend, Kamala, would like to explain to you, my friend, how we are light on a metaphysical plane, of course. I'm a guru in metaphysical and quantum mechanic products, but just kind of bringing it out and bringing it into characters, such as you and I characters, just so you can understand a little bit more. So this can make sense to you guys. Yes, this is the good book. It is what it is. So let's learn a little bit more about light, right? So let's talk about sexual energy. I think that's a good one because in the United States right now, we have so much going on where it's sexually abusive, whether it be from pedophilia, from being, just people abusing their bodies, not using the sexual energies inside of their bodies because they were not taught. We're not taught this information that I'm about to talk about a little bit. We weren't taught this at school. So you guys have to remember not to be so hard on yourselves for learning new things. It will make you a little bit upset knowing the truth about ourselves and us being light entities, But the fact that we wasn't taught about this, it does, it probably will make us some upset. And I don't want you guys to be upset. I don't want you guys to be upset whatsoever. So let's get a little bit more into it. Hold on. Can you guys see me? Turn camera off. Mute microphone. Oh. What's this? Okay, here we go. Hopefully you guys can see me. Hopefully it's a little bit better. But I want to bring to you, like I said, I'm just having the courage. Something is telling me, a higher entity, my higher self, it's telling me to learn and do this practice that I have been doing and still continue to do to this day. It's being truthful with myself and, understanding one energy at a time. A lot of people probably think, okay, I'm not going to do an 8-year practice just so I can understand what this means. But if you live the type of life that I have lived, and you are, I'm not going to even put my business and my personal story out there, but just know that all of the negative experience that has happened to me, I use it and I use my energy, my love, my crystal inside of me, inside of my heart. And I transform it and expunge it out into love. So you can be as hateful as you want to a woman like me. I don't care who you are, where you come from, how you look at my shell, you know, and perceive me as. I get judged a lot. I'm a professional model. Of course I get judged a lot. But I'm going to share something with you guys that has helped me live my life. And I get so many questions because I am also an ambassador with New Beginning Shelter in Dallas. And it's just, you know, speaking to people who are like me. We are all light. We're all light. We're all light. But people don't understand when they see this shell, okay, how do you do it? And how can you do it? How can they get out of their way to do the things that I do and enjoy and love? For one, it's my way of thinking. I don't use this. I don't live from here. We don't need it. You understand? We need it probably to direct our bodies as in consciousness, to increase speed and to invoke different properties and enlighten and experience to permeate this shell that we have, but I don't use it. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? I'm in debt from this, but this is what I use every single day. You can't see what I'm pointing to. I am pointing to my heart, because my heart is where this crystal person stays. When I say person, I mean energy. This serpent energy that is always within us. And this is how I'm going to explain to you a little bit about how we are misusing sex as a Western society in the United States of America. This is why we will forever be stuck inside of the root phases of our experience. Now, this is talking about people who, you know, don't understand, you know, what's going on with the curse of Deuteronomy 28, right? Well, let me let you know something. When you might not think that you have a part of a curse because you see that yourself is risen, right? But if you're risen with a degree and you have the degree using this, and I'm not insulting anyone, insinuating anything, but what I'm saying to the people who have these degrees, like I do, you know what I mean? But who have these degrees and they're not doing anything with them or bringing them back into the community to rise this whole culture up that's still under the curse of Deuteronomy 28. Now, the fact that because you have risen yourself and your family alone, you know what I mean? You have completely put yourself in a little compartment, you and your family, because you're afraid of this and how the rest of the world looks at this. All right? Ain't nothing wrong with this, because I'm about to tell you, everybody in the world with this, no matter the color, this is a feeling organism. It's a feeling. You understand? And I don't mean to be so, I'm just a passionate person. I'm a Leo, of course. But this is a feeling organism, okay? And the fact that we feel, you think because you have gotten yourself out of a struggle, the mental struggle, that it stops there just for you and your people. No, it does not. Just because you do the laws according to God just to get your blessings, just because you put in the work and the time, you're performing for God. You're not walking with God, which is what I'm about to explain to you here. The book of Job. Walking with God is completely different from using God for his blessings, which is what Job did. Job didn't understand what was going on. He thought, and his friends thought, oh, well, you must have did something wrong, and that's why you're being punished. So you got to repent, you got to do this, you got to do that. No. Don't you guys understand how we are all together in likeness in one? We are on a solar, we're on our galaxy. It's called the solar system. Soul being a significant word. So soul. Then the sun pardon us, I'm in Louisiana, and apparently they like to just do firecrackers to celebrate Yahshua's birthday. It's the spirit of Louisiana. But anyway, back to the book of Job and understanding a little bit about why Job lost everything that he had, okay? Is don't forget even too that the devil has to go through God to get so much more, to get, you know, to touch us, to do things to us, some circumstances and situations on a metaphysical plane. The devil has to ask his father, who's also our father, to mess with us, right? Because the devil is over us. This is his planet. Okay? And the whole thing about it is that we start putting material things in front of light. Material things God can enjoy. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. This is a feeling body that we have. It's a feeling organism. Our whole life is experiencing with feeling. The connection to everybody on the planet and everything on the planet is our emotional energy. Okay? Our emotional energy. If George Washington Carver can freaking talk to plants and create peanut butter for the whole dang on world by his crystal, his crystalla, his heart, his Christ consciousness of giving that plant love. And the fact that he's giving that plant love, don't forget, transgression. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. It vibrates so high that it almost looks pink. See that? Look at how love travels. When you put a thought and then let that thought vibrate with all of that light. And then that you being the E in energy, motion being our senses, smell, see, taste, touch. I'm missing one. See, smell, touch. Oh, here, pardon me, here, okay? So all of this transfer into motion. Energy equals motion. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit deeper in there for you guys, because what you don't know is that we're all living a life of E equals MC squared. But I don't want to get so out. We're talking about, you know, sexual energy and how we as a Western society are stuck inside of this feeling. But I'm bringing back into the mind, because showing that every thought, your mind is so important. If you know how to, the mind is important. Even though I don't use my mind, it's important, because when I say mind, the mind I pull out from my heart and I execute the action with my mind by controlling the body, the temple. That's how you use mind, body, soul. You understand? Pulling good energy out of you is completely different from using bad energy to put inside of your good light space. Okay? Don't be mad at yourself again, guys, because if you didn't know this, it is what it is. You got to understand a little bit more about what connects everybody together, including everything with Mother Nature. It's our light. It's our light. And the fact that we can see on a bit, like we are the physical. We are light on planet Earth turned into physical. Solid. We crystallize, which is what we are. It's so beautiful to understand how this light and stuff works. That's why 8-year practice is time to explain to everybody what's going on and how everybody can start seeing the world a little bit like I do, through truth, through your hearts, okay? And then awakening yourselves from understanding that you are light. You are a solar person, being a woman or man, but you're a light being. Because while you're breathing and what's making you and I blink, that's the infinite conscious power. Now, don't forget, he's living a life through us, okay? We are living and experiencing life through our Creator. And that's why we are so beautiful and unique, being the solar people of the solar system. And therefore, we connect to the solar system from our solar plexus. This is our solar plexus here. How we connect to Christ consciousness. Okay. It's vibrational. It's all broken down into vibrational sound waves. Okay. So the more happy thoughts you think, you permeate into the world, you're giving this a signal that you are thinking your mind is of love. Therefore, it comes out, it shoots out for everybody that you share with everyone else. You see that how you just kind of share that love with everyone else. And then therefore, energy is always coming into you. And you are always like taking energy out with your life and whatever this part desires to do. This right here is our God, where he lives, where he governs. Now he governs the whole body, since this whole experience is of Yah. But right here, the mind of which we think. It's dead to most societies because we live here. We see, because they're making us think here, be here, live here. So we don't see that lifestyle on the Real Housewives, AKA, or any other shows. And we don't have that experience within ourselves, being, you know, of what we see. What since these people are on a platform, they must be some type of special, right? So that means that we, the general public population, whatever, are supposed to aspire to be these people, right? But look at the people, what we're looking at. The people we're looking at are liking, you know, materialistic things. They're trying to misuse sex. Therefore, invoking the backwards cross into our homes every single day by manifesting the seed of not knowing who they are, who their light are, because they're just chasing after that paper. So therefore, the fact that they're chasing after that paper, they have to make sure that they look good first, right? Same thing with men. Y'all want to be looking good, you know, looking all swagalicious or whatever you want to call yourselves. Pardon me, I'm a little out of text with the thing. I haven't dated in like over 10 years. Like, seriously. So I've been, you know, celibate, and it's okay. I'm fine with it because this is my father. Man, that's why it's time for me guys to give it to you. But see this right here? Like, this is like so crazy, because the fact that the mind of everything starts with here. You know, oh, I want to look good for this person. So, hey, let me max out the credit cards and forget that I have bills looking asses, because I want him to make me feel so good on the inside. Do you ever wonder to yourself, like literally, why people are addicted to sex? Well, I can tell you why. Because their soul is dead, but yet they use Yah's energy, which makes them feel alive, which is what the addiction comes from. That life on the inside of you, that's all of us, plants and animals included. Welcome to Earth, booze. Welcome to Earth. And the fact that we use Yah's energy, and the fact that Yah, let me tell you about orgasm, Kundalini, okay? When we have sexual intercourse, it awakens the serpent here, which is why the feeling of, you know, when you're inside of your negative, or if your plus is inside of you, women, inside of your negatives, you're feeling, you know, it's a gland here. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, hit it on the left, hit it on the left. Oh yeah, that's that Kundalini serpent that you're about to wake up. Okay. But since there's no thought other than I want this person to make me feel good, it gets awakened, but it's for the wrong reasons. So therefore, it's awakening it's awakening the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the thyroid, the third eye, and then right here when the crown is about to burst, after the ritual is almost complete, right before the ritual is complete, there's this electrifying big bang boom experience that everyone feels. It's like you're feeling lightheaded right here. That correct name is called Yahweh. That energy, that feeling before you bust or during the bust, that big bang, then there's life in the planet, that before all of your senses is literally released to the universe. You can feel this. You can feel your metaphysical energy properties as this diagram right here when you're in your rituals with no thought, no heart, because you're spiritually dead, but you didn't know it. That's what we're about to do. We're about to wake you guys up. And you're giving that Yahweh back to Yahshua, which is this energy. And this energy only gives you what the thought wants. And that's how we repeat the cycle. And then it comes here. Then you go to sleep. And then you go to sleep. And as you go to sleep, your circumstances and situations happen. And it's the nighttime. Then once Yah is finished, Yahweh's finished, or Yahshua's finished, pardon me, all that energy starts here again. And then what we do, we don't pray when we wake up and we don't create our realities. So therefore, we're creatures of habit. So if you're used to having sex a lot, that's how sex addiction happens, because they're addicted to Yahweh's energy. That Kundalini serpent, that energy that feels like a snake that is literally awakening each chakra at a time. And then when that Yah energy without thought pops back into the universe, don't forget we're magnets. That's what this is. You can imagine us as an energizer freaking solar battery. Okay? That's exactly what we are. In their solar system, having a soul experience. What is the soul? The soul, it is feeling. What do we see? We see others' feelings. What do we smell? If other people don't smell so good, that soul, that's feeling that we're smelling, it's vibrating frequencies of which our senses, our soul can translate if something smells good or bad. What you see, what our children are seeing, by programming whatever they're seeing feeling. Are they seeing people being hurt? Are they seeing people in love? That's a really big difference for children, especially, you know, from birth all until what, they're 15, 16. They have to see love, which means when they're at home with you guys, not being programmed, not, you know, so many people are not, they're missing the whole point of having babies because they forget that this is just an explanation on E in motion through our whole life. How Christ works within our bodies metaphysically. Put I am into some of these names, and then you can understand a little bit about what they're talking about. Remove some of those names and put some of your names into it. Now see how it talks to you. It's a beautiful thing. But because we are not putting thought into our sexual energy when we're mating, women are negative energies, like I told you guys. Men are positive energies. Look at the sun, look at the female energy, look at, you know, positive energy, so you can understand how science, quantum mechanics, and quantum and metaphysics and stuff works. This is us. It's broken down so that you, the common person, won't understand how science and why are we all in school and we're not able to take this stuff with us? Well, that's because we have to break it down a little bit more so that the humanoids can understand. That's what I'm doing. Showing you how we are connected as above, so below, being the solar people, using Yah's energy. And don't forget, Yah desires to do things through us, which is why he created us. He knows what's going on. Why do you think he creates himself even more every single day? And who we in the physical body, which is all lies. It's all lies. It's not who we really look like. It's just so that we can have an experience, the experience of feeling, of creating, okay, of loving, of sharing, caring, literally teaching others and going into enlightenment, transforming. We do this every single day. It's not a day that we don't go by where none of us are not connected to our metaphysical energy, which connects to the physical body. Science, you guys, is beautiful. Okay? It is the most beautiful expression to understand how our Creator is inside of every single one of us. But there is another force so that we can know ourselves. And it's there just so that we can learn. So if you're one of these people who are, don't understand how sexual energy or just energy is, period, know that Yah is fueling your body. You don't think you're connected with God? Guess what? What do you think consciousness is? If you are blinking, that's your guide governing your body so that you can think of something else while your body grows and you merge together. You're walking with God. You didn't know God was in you, huh? God is not a big bubble in the sky. This is all God, including you and your bad deeds. But what's different is that your physical, your feeling is a mind of its own too. It's connected to yours. But you got to know the truth between what the flesh feels and wants to be true and what this is telling you to do, which is to be true. You got to know there's a difference between the two, which is why you're supposed to deny flesh. You do. But you can look out into the world and see people who don't deny their flesh. They don't understand. But it's cool because we're not here to judge them. They are also light. We are all sinners, you guys. It's okay. No one's here better than the other, but we're all here to help each other because we all have feelings. And that's what connects us. Every single language. Have you ever thought about how a dog you can talk to a dog literally by humming, and you can tell it what to do? Oh, it's so beautiful because if you're infusing this energy to say, come here, no matter what language you're speaking, it's the vibrational rhythm that comes out in tone, in speech, that gets that dog to come here or to go away or to sit down. And I speak a lot of languages, so still, not good, but I'm speaking languages so I can increase my dictionary because, again, words is just pitches of tones that everybody can understand. That's why somebody in another language, when somebody's cursing someone out, just because the energy is so close to the root, that diaphragm, and when it comes out, oh man, it comes out through the heart, which gives it that motion. And then we all literally can see that person's not feeling good, that person is really upset. That's how it works. It's that simple, you guys. It's that simple. Or when someone is saying, come here, in different languages, because they start here, that's why their pitches are so high. Hi. Hola. Sí. Saying yes. Sí. Kin. Comes here. This is why it's so easy, and it's so light when you say words like yes or come here, or, something that's giving, giving to others, when you're or trying to receive something for something and want somebody to understand and you're very frustrated, you use your lower chakras, which is why it feels, or, it feels like it hurts. Why your voice cracks sometimes, because that energy hurts, it breaks it down. Next thing you know, you're hoarse. Just saying, just awakening life, lights of life with everyone. Because you're worth it. We all are. So be very conscious of racism. Because on the inside of us, being solar people, don't you see we don't see race? There's no race in feeling. How can you hate your brother? If he can feel pain, why shoot him? You can feel that exact same pain. And the fact that you did that oneness, that connection, felt it. Our God felt that. And that's how people are committing crimes in God's name and not know it. Then they sit in jail for how many X amount of years, and then like, oh my God, God's been in me the whole time. Yes, God has been in you the whole time. And you did all that killing for him in vain. The devil put you up to that, boo. But because you kept giving into the flesh and not the heart, But God, is not for us to judge, because again, God works with people in their own time. You know what I mean? Because again, he is them and they are him. But God created us so that he could feel love, so he could feel wanted. That's what this whole thing's about. So the fact that we don't appreciate the light, the energy that's inside of us that we feel first, and we get so blocked and we can't see straight because we're not looking through the right eye. The eye is that third eye, which invokes feeling, knowing how you feel by literally just taking a deep breath, breathing, and just getting that energy, that breath, that rich air, that iron that's inside of that air, breathe it in while thinking, who am I? If you want to boost yourself up a little bit more, put a white candle out. As you're breathing in with the thought, give me my mind back. Give me my heart back. Help me open up and let me feel me first before we can feel any other experience that we're able to experience. You got to start thinking for yourselves, you guys. We have to, especially as a Western culture. We are changing. We are changing. We're changing for the better. Everyone is so panicked because, they indoctrinate fear inside of us. But I'm not afraid, because guess who made the planet? And guess who made his solar people after him? We need both, man and woman, to create that Elohim experience. Elohim can be just one person here on this plane. We don't got that type of light energy inside of us. Therefore, you already see who their dad is. It is what it is. Can't mess with this temple that he gave us. Confusion can't ever live here. It's just confused. It's just confusion. It's okay. We are all awakening up, and we are all have been designated, each and every single one of us, I do believe, to put everything together for all of us as a whole. Every single color in the melting pot. Don't forget we're magnets. So whatever you put more thought into, you will get, and you will experience that. But is that the thought that's here? Yeah. This is literally how, when we first got here, this is the only way we knew how to live, through here. And it's so beautiful. just living through our heart. And you see the lotus is all through here. Oh, Fibonacci sequence is how you know who our creator is. Here's the only thing that can make something so in sync, perfect. Our bodies. Look at who you look at what we look like on the inside. We are literally solar people. We are light entities. So racism should never exist when our bodies work the same. My brother is killing my brother because he felt a lower energy chakra move. And that fear is what he said, I was scared for my life. How would you scare for your life when you ask for an identity? When you ask for someone's identity? That's because we're not in tune with ourselves, both sides. It doesn't matter who you are, what kind of training, specialized training you have. You're spiritually dead. Because if you ask a question about a man, but because you didn't understand the feeling of fear, understanding this, you can train this all you want to train the body. Who cares? We're not robots. We're not automatons. That's what they're trying to create. We are light energy, honeys. So yes, we have movement through in our bodies. It's called fear. When every time there's fear here or negative energy here, it feels like, and I call it my children's book, spidey legs. It feels like spidey legs. That is what fear is. It feels like spiders are moving in your leg, inside of your tummy there, behind your belly button. That's your sacral energy. And your root energy and your fears. And it's the seed that you are programming yourself with. Call of Duty. Not saying it's not a good game because I don't play games. You know, I read. But, you know, it's about death. And kids are playing these games and they are desensitizing themselves because we're programming our children. It's okay to kill people in the war. Why are you killing light beings? Why are you killing gods? When I say God, God who is having an experience through every single one of us. Why are you killing God? Why are you defiling God's body? Everything that we feel, everyone feels. Everyone is an angelic being. We are the solar people. I don't care what color you are. The melanin means something too, and we'll get into that a little bit later on. But it doesn't matter because everyone has its unique powers. He put it that way. In the body of all of the light beings, when our heart is vibrating fast enough to where we can go into the golden era, which is where I'm trying to take us, you know, out of the darkness. Because this is about to be a very good 2017 all the way up because it's changed now. Like, this is a beautiful thing that you guys have to understand. We have to focus from what we see and thinking that that's reality. And we need to kind of go back inside here and try to understand how we are feeling and then start thinking out through it. Because if we don't, we're going to continue to be stuck inside of the matrix, inside of people and them telling us, showing us and our children how to live what is right. I don't care if it may sound like it's right. They're saying things backwards, you guys, because this is the life that we're living now. And don't get offended because I'm a passionate person. I'm a Leo. I am the sun. I'll get into numerology and how special, you know, we all are, you know, but that's for a later thing. You know what I mean? But for right now, this is heavy on my heart to show you guys this sex addiction that our whole planet, not even just our whole planet, but really I can only talk about the whore of Babylon pardon me, I can only talk about the whore of Babylon, because as the United States, we are the whore of Babylon, because this is where all the pouring goes into every single country. So God's energy, that who infuses the whole life, this whole system, this whole solar thing, this is what we're putting in our eyes, so our inner light to see, and programming our children, which is why they can't even think past a sentence. Seriously. Cannot even complete a thought. It's so funny how when I open up and try to awaken people, and they find out that my humanoid job is a model, and they have all of these ideas, and they can visualize on my life because they can see my life because of what I put into the thought of my life. And I tell them all the time, oh, look how you're visualizing my life. How about yourself? Oh, I said something very offensive to them. No, it's not offensive, because I'm challenging you to think for yourself, for your life. It is what it is. We have to start giving that tough love, especially when it comes to encouraging our men and our women to think for themselves. We have to get strong parents, back into the mindset of giving back to their communities, and get out from this indoctrinated system of, this whole thing that's not true, that is upside down. The reason why this whole Babylon thing is us in Bible, in Revelations, it's so sad. It's because we are sexually addicted to Yah's energy. And because we don't have the thought of what sexual rituals and stuff mean, we let that energy out into time and space. And therefore, as we sleep, as we go, as we wake up, as we go to sleep, as time goes on, guess what? That signal, let me turn this around so you can see the signal. That signal from your root chakra. In women, it feels like your heart is beating, like doo, 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 doo. Men, I don't know, because I don't have a wanker, so I don't know how it would feel in a man. But I'm pretty sure you have that yearning desire too. This is of the flesh, okay? And that flesh is desiring Yah's energy, because they can feel alive, spiritually alive, when Yahweh is about to come and released, which is what the Big Bang is. That Hebrew word is Yahweh, that explosion. This is the Yahweh, this is Yahweh's energy while we're in the act and while it's going up to heaven.